Okay, so now we're back to the start of this segment. It's going to run about 2 minutes in real time where Shaquille O'Neal does not move his face, does not blink, does not breathe. I don't know how he stayed alive that long.
For EJ's Neato stat of the night.
Presented by no one.
What's that? What's that? That could only be the musical stylings of Victor Oladipo, who is the reigning two-time champion of the All-Star Weekend player talent show.
You are talented. I give you a little credit on that. A lot of credit. You're very talented. I mean, you're not a karaoke guy like me, but you can ask. You know they call me O'Brown Eyes, right?
As a matter of fact.
Sound like Chuck might have been hitting on Victor right there. They use a lot of these segments like this to try to initiate or indoctrinate a lot of these younger NBA players to let them know exactly what they have to do to be considered higher on the totem pole. That's all masonry is about, is the embracing of pansexuality. You got to get down with the team or they're going to start to demonize you.
As a matter of fact, you both have experience.
Look at Shaq dumbass.
Singing New York, New York. His was at the Slam Dunk Contest. Yours was in Vegas.
Yes.
We had the show out there. Here's just a little sampling.
New York, I need your help.
I like it. Okay, kid. And this kid can really sing, by the way, too. He can sing. Trying to get a record deal.
I'm leaving today.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay, Freaky likes it.
To be a part of it. New York, New York.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad
Let's
at
go,
you.
y'all. Everybody get out your seats. Let's go.
Okay.
You better turn it out. Let's go.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it in old New York.
Once again, look at Charles Barkley's hand. Behind closed doors, all these people venerate to moves, i.e. Heru.
I love to do karaoke. That's good, isn't it?
Shaq dumbass still frozen in time. Look at Charles Barkley still hitting on Victor Oladipo, allegedly.
Isn't it?
You see those two mics back there?
You made up your own words.
You see those?
Wait, that was the words.
In old New York?
Yeah.
The long-awaited duet. Victor Oladipo, Charles Barkley. New York, New York.
Hey, yo, let me lead, bro. Let me lead.
I got you.
Yeah, he gonna let your ass lead, all right.
Do we have Don't do that, Chuck. Chuck, don't do that.
Get loose, Victor.
Yeah, I bet your ass getting loose. What you preparing your throat for, Chuck?
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Yeah, you leaving and never to return again.
I want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
Yeah, they probably got that man singing that song. He thinks he's just there to bring a little bit more acclaim and attention to his singing ability. And that song, I Want to Be a Part of It, talking about the damn craft, man. They say, you're going to be a part of it, all right.
These Jagabon shoes are longing to stay. I want the very part of it. New York, New York.
Go, Chuck. You're embarrassing you, Chuck.
I wanna wake up in a city that never sleeps.
Charles Barkley, dumbass. You mean you really thinking, huh? I thought we were just playing around. You supposed to meet me in my trailer after this. You sound terrible.
Go ahead.
Come on, man. I'm backing you up.
Okay. I don't know the words of Dr. Lil Proctor.
Make up your own. I got you back.
I wanna wake up in a city
You sang that already, dumbass.
that never sleeps. Come on, back up.
I got to wake up and go back to sleep on TNT with Shaq and Ernie and Charles and B.I.C. Yeah.
Don't pass it back to his dumbass. That motherfucker just want a sandwich.
And on to the West Coast.
Making us look bad, Chuck.
Yeah.
That's part of Charles' shtick, is looking bad. He likes looking bad.
Oh, we moonwalking?
Oh, wait, let me get a... Oh, the spin going.
Ah,
Moving up and down, but it's okay. Keep rolling.
what happened to the duet? What? Okay,
Ain't no duet. Charles is smitten right now.
ladies and gentlemen, please. Applause is the only thing that will stop them. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Very.
Oh,
Way to make him look bad, Chuck. I don't, man. I didn't want him to look bad. He's
Victor, you
two-time
passed.
champion.
You passed the audition, Chuck.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow night anyway. And that's a wrap for Inside the NBA present.
But anyway, I believe I made my point. I'll most likely start a little series starting with this video in regards to MK Ultra athletes. And I may add an epilogue onto this video just to expound on some of the things that I touched on. Anyway, peace. All right, man, peace. So, brothers, this is going to be a very, very brief epilogue pertaining to the video that I did on Mr. Shaquille O'Neal and him going through his MK Ultra glitch. It's very obvious to me what happened. And what made it even more apparent that it was an MK Ultra glitch is that no one else on the panel noticed it. At no point in time did Ernie Johnson or Charles Barkley attempt to bring attention to the fact that Shaquille O'Neal was zoning out. So they must both be aware of this form of psychosis or whatever issue it is that he has, where he just zones out, goes into some sort of trance, or whatever personality alter it is that he uses to do his job on TNT. Maybe it went into dormancy and they were just trying to get whatever bugs it was that was afflicting his program, and they were trying to get those bugs fixed in the meantime. Who knows? But it was very, very apparent what was going on while I was watching it. For those of you who don't know, Shaquille O'Neal was raised by a high official in the U.S. military, relatively high official. He was a sergeant by the name of Philip Harrison. That is not Shaquille O'Neal's birth father. His birth father was a man by the name of Joe Toney, who was a very good high school basketball player who had drug problems. His mother was able to get her life together by initiating a relationship with Mr. Philip Harrison, who once again was a member of the U.S. military. And as I've stated in previous videos, you'll find oftentimes that MK athletes have parents that are in the military, i.e. Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, etc. Or you'll see situations, living situations, where they're coming from a single parent, almost always a mother. And for whatever reason, she seems to know that the child within her is special. Like LeBron James's mother, Gloria James, alleged after 2 months that she knew that the child was a male and that he was going to be special. That's what Gloria James testified pertaining to LeBron James while she was traveling from Ohio to the D.C. area. Now, what was going on when she came to the Washington, D.C. area? Who did she encounter? That's another video for another day. But anyway, in regards to Shaquille O'Neal, his stepdad, Philip Harrison, raised him very harshly. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially for a wild child like Shaquille O'Neal was. But I believe that part of the harshness of his upbringing was pertaining to being put under the programming. Various forms of torture, physical and mental abuse, deprivation, whether it be food or sleep, electroshock treatment, drug-induced altered states, things of that nature. Anyway, Philip Harrison and his family, including Shaquille O'Neal, traveled abroad to an army base located in Germany known as Waldflecken. It's located up in the German mountains. And I believe that that is where another level of Shaq's programming was placed upon him. You'll find that many top athletes are Army brats, meaning they were raised on Army bases. Many of your top newscasters were also Army brats as well. And you'll notice with Shaq that he enjoys dressing in drag, which is typical for a Luciferian. They like to bring together the quote-unquote opposing genders in one. That's why they like to swear off any type of gender name. They don't identify as male or female. They view it as one. That is another significance of the number 23 while it's at the forefront of my mind. If I remember correctly, you have 23 chromosome pairs, and 22 out of the 23 chromosome pairs are identical in men and women, and the 23rd are the sex chromosomes that determine the difference between male and female, if I remember correctly. That's another reason why, of course, they venerate that number 23. And of course, the DNA, or the double helix, was commemorated in the ancient world in antiquity with what's known as the caduceus, which is the emblem for the medical field, where you have the two intertwining serpents and then the wings. That was the symbol for Hermes, which was another name for Cush. The name Hermes literally means the son of Ham. For those of you who don't know, the name Hermes means the son of Ham. All right. So anyway, just to get back to the point, and as we know, Hermes had a son named Hermaphroditus, which is where you get that term hermaphrodite from, a person that has both male and female parts. Shaq loves to cross-dress. I believe that this is an altar because he loves to cross-dress just a little bit too much. He gets a little bit too into it. This is another depiction of Shaq in drag. A lot of time when you see famous, especially famous so-called black men, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of pro-blacks, or there will be a lot of pro-blacks come on this video. Why you always talk about black people? Are there any white people that's Luciferians? Are there any? Man, just please. A lot of you pro-black people, y'all are all caught up in the white man. I don't give a shit about them. I address issues amongst our people. If you can't deal with that, have a nice day. Goodbye. But anyway, just getting back to Shaq. As you can see, he loves to cross-dress. A lot of times they do that in the Luciferian world because they have orgies and sex parties where they have men dressing up as women, women acting as men. Look at Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. They're heavily into those type of things, those gender bender parties. I'm sure that Shaq's big ass was there with a long tight dress on with the number 33 on the front and a crazy wig on. Goodness sakes. Here's another photo of Shaq in drag. As I stated, something's going on with this guy. It's very obvious that this is not just something that he does for fun. This is something that he does because it's a particular personality alter that manifests itself. LeBron James also has an altar where he dresses in drag. All right, but that's another video for another day. That's why I stated, do not be surprised to see your boy Kobe Bryant dress in drag relatively soon, especially as he tries to climb the ladder in the movie world. They're going to prompt him to do that. There's no doubt about that. But anyway, I'm sure that this will not be the last time that we see Shaq go through one of his glitches on television. You notice it normally happens in front of cameras. That's why I told you, brothers, that the movie Get Out, yes, it was about race, but primarily it was about the adherence to the Hermetic philosophies, the Hermetic principles. But once I get to that video, I'll illustrate that. But anyway, peace.